All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. I actually was not planning on covering these, but I think I have to, all right? NVOS, gotta start here. Look, I was in a lot of ways wrong about yesterday's video, excuse me. I very much said I was expecting a big move. The doji's generally indicative of the next day being big. I actually thought we were going to be working our way down, so I am not going to be pretending I didn't say that, okay? That said, my way up was by no means as high as we went. So I am surprised that the up was even higher than I thought, but very, very interesting day. I mean, an interesting 20%, obviously a big number, but for me, the moving averages being regained is what could make this a night and day situation, all right? TTOO, look, I'm actually still in the stock. You know, I rarely tell you what I'm doing with my money, but yeah, I am in that one still. My plan is actually to exit tomorrow. Like, I am not going to hold a single share into earnings. And hey, if it pops after, I'm actually not going to be that sad, all right? And I'll give you my thoughts about earnings specifically on Thursday, as well as just, you know, how that trade's doing for me. And yeah, I could have done a little better, I'll tell you that much. But before we go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines, as well as the occasional diagonal trend line that I will draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to the channel, share this video online with your friends, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do helps me so much with these YouTube algorithms, especially if you actually share the video. But I swear, just being here is such a big thing you're already doing. All right, so let's get into it. And this is something I always say. I am much louder when I'm wrong than when I'm right, okay? I think it sounds way better when others say I'm doing well and I'm right, and then I think it's really important for me not to pretend I didn't mean this or that, right? Like, I'm not perfect, right? And I'm also here learning from my mistakes, all right? And the one thing that I always say is the day after the doji is always it's always, number one, very telling. Number two, it's generally a pretty big move, okay? And to me, that was a doji. And I talked about, like, I'm not a candle pattern trader. I'm not a candle shape trader. I'm a break the line, lose the line kind of trader, right? But for me, anything that looks remotely like a doji is enough to like perk my ears. And yeah, this one is definitely way more textbook than this one, right? This one's way more in the middle than this one. But end of the day, if they have a big up, big down, and small middle, I'm going to call that a doji, and I'm going to get ready for the next day, okay? I was expecting this to come down. I actually thought we would basically come to right here, 26, 27, kind of the bottom of that, the top of this. The top of this was also roughly half of that, right? So to me, I thought that this 27, 26 was going to be where we go. And look, we opened at 29, all right? Substantially lower than that 31 that we closed at yesterday, right? So in a good amount of ways, it started to look scary in the morning, all right? That said, again, the doji does what the doji does. I don't know how else to say it, right? We were able to get over the 32 line. We're able to get over the orange 20 moving average. We're actually able to break the uptrend line, and we get over the 8 moving average. Like, this was a big candle. This is actually making me expect that we're going to go to 40 or 41 tomorrow, or we're going to come down to like 34, 33. And roughly speaking, we're at a place where like 4 cents is 10%, right? So I'm talking about either a 10% drop to right here, or yeah, almost a 10% up. Like, I'm expecting a double-digit confirmation one way or the other. Because again, you know, I always say, if you break one line, I need confirmation. If you're going to break multiple lines, 2 or more, I need good confirmation, right? So usually, like, I probably would have been all right with like a 38 or a 39. Like, I don't, like, I need, I'm telling you one more time, 41. If we close at 40, it's actually gonna, oh man, it'll be on the border. It'll at least get us over this Tuesday candle. I think 39 is a little weak. I think 41 is the real number. Hopefully it'll at least go to 40. But again, if you're going to break two lines, I want good confirmation. And I'm here to just at least say, raise your criteria a little bit. You know, it'll go a long way. One thing I want to talk about, look, there are a lot of traders like me who don't hold into earnings, all right? Earnings is a really big gamble, and I'm actually talking about TTOO, not NVOS. For me, the timeline on TTOO is quickly going away. It definitely didn't do what I was expecting it to do. I'm literally going to talk about this in like another minute or two, right? But I can see some people getting frustrated with TTOO and moving their money here. I'll be honest, I considered it. I didn't do it. I'm not back in NVOS just yet. I can really easily see it happening if it gives me the signal to do it. All right. So again, I was expecting this thing to drop down to the 50, right? It's crazy to go from expecting this to go to 23 cents all the way up to 43 cents basically, right? Like that's a drastic shift, but that's literally why I daily and the weekly charts, short-term analysis, that's what this is, right? And we're here to react. We don't want to immediately react and, like, you know, you got to find the rules and the limits that you're comfortable with, right? But yeah, I think there's a couple factors that are now making this a little bit interesting. And I think the back of my head one is the ticking timeline on TTOO. Like, it was supposed to do a bigger move on bigger rumors of the earnings thing. It hasn't happened, and I think that's might have what did it here. I didn't see any real headlines that justified a 20% spike here. If I missed something, please throw it in the comments. All right, but yeah, nothing. Day after the doji is really all I got to say here, dude. This was an important candle one more time also on the weekly, because what did it do? It held the 8 moving average. It got us pretty much back to, if not exactly on the trend line, right? So man, there's still a lot to like here. We're still actually in a nice little red, could be a green all the way up to here, right? So yeah, I've been saying it, right? Once 32 broke, the 55, and man, maybe I'm going to regret not jumping in on that when that broke, but is what it is, right? I can't win them all. I wish I could, but yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions here. Let me know for real if there was a headline, if there was a headline that I missed that justified it, but I don't think I saw any like newsworthy thing to make this pop, all right? Let's come into TTOO. Really quickly, if you can please subscribe to the channel or share this video, it'd be much appreciated. But let's get into it. Look, TTOO. That's a little sigh I got right there, right? Because I'm telling you, I was expecting us to be around 37, 38 cents. Like, for sure. I am surprised we're literally 33% lower than that, right? We're a full dime under where I was expecting to be. It is what it is. I don't, you know, couple things are in my head right now. The first thing really is earnings that are coming on the 12th. All right. That's Thursday. Tomorrow is the last day of everything is news. There's a small chance tomorrow they will release a preview of the earnings. I normally don't put a lot of weight into the previews, okay? Because most of the time the previews don't actually come from the company themselves. It comes from, you know, industry experts that believe this and that. Just get out of here, dude. I'm not here for your opinion, dudette. I'm not here for your opinion, right? Like, I'm here to let the lines tell me what to do. And really, for me, a lot of this has been, I don't want to say less about the lines, because it's always about the lines, right? But I've been here trying to ride a rumor that earnings are going to be good, right? Like, they moved them up early because the news is so juicy, they couldn't wait, blah, blah, blah. Look, I'm not here to argue any of it. I'm not here saying that that's right or wrong. Like, for real, I'm not here like arguing it. I'm just here saying that all of that is too much of an unknown for me to put a lot of value into it, right? What I was really hoping to do, like I said, was break these lines before the earnings, get as close as I could to this purple one, and then hit the eject button, all right? One thing I said, and I don't know if you watched the NVOS video, right? But there's a chance that people have gotten frustrated because one more time, tomorrow's kind of the last day here if you're trading this like I am. And you know what? They got a little annoyed and went back into NVOS, right? Like at this point, all the NVOS stuff is kind of on the table at least. There's no lingering, like there is a reverse split there is a reverse split here, but like, you know, Thursday is a really, really big coin flip. And I promise you that I don't want to say that because you know what? There are probably people that know it really well. There are probably people that like listen to the earnings and like really, really know the guidance well. And hey, maybe there's someone that has like a more than a 50-50 inkling. But to me, I'm telling you, I always, because end of the day, the other part of the earnings is, let's say you and me love it. If the market doesn't like it, it'll go down. I have seen beautiful earnings bring in a negative 20% day, and you're looking at your screen and you're looking at your trading account and you're like, what the hell just happened? All right. Like earnings is such a crazy, what is it going to do with the price that, and you know, I'm not here telling you you should copy me and get out before earning. Like for a lot of people, if it goes up, you're going to make a lot of money, and you're not going to make money any faster than you would on a good earnings pop, right? But hey, like different risk rewards, different places in life, you know, like there's a bunch of different things, right? But yeah, end of the day, I can see people getting a little frustrated here. I can see, you know, people moving elsewhere. That's kind of my best NVOS guess. End of the day, look, we're still at a doji and a doji, all right? And in which stock was it? It was Tilray. I just covered it. We went from doji to pop, all right? And I know it only looks like a small little 5%, but like doji can still bring a green big one after it, all right? And yeah, we're still going up and stuff, right? But man, I need that big, and I'm telling you, if it doesn't come tomorrow, I'm still hitting eject, right? Yeah, I know we're above the trend line. I know we're above the 8 and the 20. Man, we just got to get over this 32-cent line. Like that's the money line. And man, maybe we'll see a decent pop tomorrow, but volume the last 3 days has been down, less, right? It actually looks like it's about 50% less than yesterday. Dude, more. This thing was pushing 120 million shares. We're sub 50. 160 would have been 50%, right? So volume's going down, and that's never a good thing, right? So yeah, all eyes are on 32 cents. I think on the worst case, it's 26. Bad things will start to happen if we're starting to see 25 cents. 25 cents might be a really, really, really bad situation. And end of the day, look, the earnings pull up hopefully brought a nice candle, hopefully gave a little bit more. Like I said, just, you know, not quite so far, but let's see the weekly. I can't imagine we're going to get any info. Like, look, we're actually on the trend line. Man, this is a great, like, woof. Yeah, this will be a fun one to ride after good earnings, or it will be a clear avoidance from bad earnings. It's really one of those for me. So let me know your thoughts and opinions. Otherwise, you know it. I appreciate you so much.